Good afternoon. I was kind of hoping to do this for folks. It's something I learned off the internet as well, so I wanted to convey it using my methods and instructions. This is how to use all those extra leftover plastic bags that you have from shopping. If you're like me and you never take your reusable ones, or like now in the time of COVID, you can't actually take reusable bags anymore, so you are getting all these plastic ones. This is a way to turn those plastic ones into plastic sleeping mats using crochet. So it's a crochet method of making mats for people to sleep on. So what you want to do is you want to fold the plastic bag down using its sort of natural creases, like where it would have creased in production and been waiting for use. And then you want to cut the handles off. So just get those off there. You don't need those. There is a little bit of waste with this, but you will notice that there's a significantly there's much less waste plastic-wise with this than if you were to just throw like your bags out, and then they're serving like a good purpose. So what I've done is I've folded it in half. I did have it in half there, so we're gonna fold it in half, and then we're gonna do another fold. So you get kind of this like rectangular strip, and you want to start by removing the bottom because that's going to have some odd seals and stuff on it. Again, that's another little piece of waste that you're going to get out of this, but it's not significant. And then if you want like a really nice perfect rectangle to work with, or a chain or whatever, then you can take that little top bit off, and then you've got this sort of perfect square. And then all you do is you just start cutting out about inch long spaces, and just do that along the whole bag. And give or take about an inch. You don't want to have them too small because then they're not going to be structurally sound, but you also don't want them too big either, because then your crochet is going to be like, you're going to need a great big rug hook. So let's keep it to about an inch or so. And then if you get to the end and you're like, oh, that's a little big or whatever, don't worry about it. It's not a huge deal. So now you get all these cute little bundles here that you can unwrap, and you have, now if you have rips or things or holes in them, you're gonna get stuff like this. You can either trash it, or if you want, you can like sort of just tie it up so that it's, you know, you can give it a little. That's the beautiful thing about plastic, is it is quite useful in many ways. There's a lot of applications. That's why they made it in the first place. But you can, there. So there, now you've strengthened it by just putting a small knot. So you're gonna have a whole bunch of these. So what you want to do is you want to make this into like a length of yarn or a chain. And for that, you're going to do a it's called like a robin's hook or something. I can't really remember the name. I should have researched it so that I had the name for you before I started doing this. But it doesn't matter. I mean, you'll recognize it, or you'll know the name for it. And if you don't, well, that's okay, because you just need to know what to do. Not actually, we don't have to give labels and names to everything. So you just want to undo them so you have them all kind of, and then you want to start putting them together. This can get a little tricky because the plastic is not like yarn. It does not have a sort of slippery fluidity to it. Once it's like constricted, it's constricted. So you kind of really have to feel for, you really got to kind of like, so really like pull it taut but not tight so you can see you're halfway. And then you want to create your loop. And then same idea with your other piece. You want to pull it taut but not tight, and you want your middle loop. And then you are going to slip this through. So like that. And then you want to try not to lose your middle loop there. And you're going to bring this loop's piece through itself. And again, gentle, because this is not yarn. So once plastic is constricted, it's constricted. So we've got a good piece going here. And we just pull it taut, but not tight, because if you pull it too tight, you're going to actually like whoop, tear them apart. And there you go. So now you've got a part of a chain here. So what I'll do is I'll be back in a second, and I will be able to show you the full length, and we can do some actual crochet with this.